All right.
You still got it?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we always do.
Always use me for the purposes of good.
Yeah.
And we'll just give it a couple minutes. Anybody watching the replay, welcome to this live. Um, yeah, we'll see what unfolds, man. We'll see what needs to come. We'll see what needs to come through.
For those who are watching the replay, Daren has a furry, feathery friend outside his window
Oh yeah.
that's
Oh
been
yeah.
with
He's still
him
there.
since the morning, and it's now like 5 for
5
him.
o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, and just hanging out on his little perch, a little cute
Yeah.
little hummingbird.
Yeah. He's still
Just
there.
flying around.
He's flying around. He's fluttering
Mhm.
his wings. He's like going like this. It's just like so cool, man. Yeah. It reminds me of that movie from like the 90s. I don't know if you ever saw it with Brandon Lee, Crow, the movie Crow. Oh man, it was one of the greatest movies. It was like, yeah, one day you're gonna have to watch that movie. It was from the 80s, all right? And
Okay.
I'll just describe it. I'll just describe it for a moment.
Okay.
So Brandon Lee was this badass, and he ended up losing his life on the set of the movie, from what I understand. Anyway, the basis of the movie was, um, he was
Hi,
the guy that
Puffy, and
Hey,
everyone else
Puffy.
here. Welcome.
He was the guy that, um, like, he would take care of the wrongdoers. Hey, Dale, what's going on,
Hi,
brother?
Dale. Welcome.
And everybody tap that thumbs up, man. We got 15 people in this joint. Hit that thumbs up because, it helps the algorithm. Um,
Thank you. Thank you.
and
Thank
thank
you.
you. So he so he would go after the wrongdoers. And basically he felt like in his heart that that would balance karma out, right? So then what happened was something happened, I don't remember, but like he was transformed and then this crow followed him around everywhere and protected him. And like you would see like he would just be walking and this crow would be flying like 100 feet in the air protecting him. So everywhere
Mm.
he went, the crow would protect him, from any wrongdoers. Hey, everybody.
Hi, Kat. Hi, GT Tag. Hi, Deck. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I feel like outside this hummingbird is like the movie Crow and he's protecting me.
Mm. Hi, Emma. Welcome. I love hummingbirds
Me
so
too.
much. For me, hummingbirds represent change.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up, man, because I was saying that earlier. Um,
Awesome.
oh, there's
Hi,
both of them are back.
Raven.
Both of them are back. He's like
Oh,
scaring. He's like scaring the other one away. She comes back, and then he like flutters around, and she flies back away, and he just stands on the perch, like it's almost like he's protecting the
the
food,
nectar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there enough out there for both of
Oh my
them?
god, like this much, man.
Oh,
Like
okay.
almost like that because you have one. So like I
Yeah,
filled
it's
it
a lot.
halfway.
Mm.
So it's like, how much is in there? A ton is in there. Like it's gonna take them like months and months to drink all that nectar, dude. What does hummingbird?
Thanks, Raven. I
Does
know. We're
anybody
talking about crows and Raven shows up in the chat.
yeah.
Synchronicities, right? That's wild.
Do you guys notice anything different about Luna? Oh, they said hummingbirds are territorial. Duh.
Mm,
I didn't know that. So why you say duh? Because I didn't know that.
yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
It says
Awesome.
it hummingbirds are joy and happiness. Hummingbirds are known for their vibrant colors and energetic flight, making them symbols of joy, playfulness, and beauty of life. Resilience and endurance. They're messengers of hope, love and
Mm,
attraction, good luck and healing, connection to the spirit world. So it
mm.
says hummingbirds hold deep spiritual significance in various cultures, often symbolizing joy, resilience, and the sweetness of life. They are also seen as a messenger of love and hope, and their presence is sometimes interpreted as a sign of good luck or even a connection to the spirit world.
I'm glad that everybody enjoys fruit. I love mangoes. Oh, thanks, Raven. Yeah, if our content resonates with you, feel free to like or subscribe. Hi,
Yeah, thanks.
Timothy.
Hey, hey, Timothy Schwartz.
Hi,
Um,
Lex.
You were just scrolling, Lex, and you saw Raven in another live? That's funny.
Puffs.
Um,
Puffy, does that mean you like mangoes?
I love mangoes, man. Get it?
Uh,
Good old mango tree and
hmm.
mm, they're
How have
very
you all been
succulent.
doing? It is the 8-8 portal. It is vibrant and loud.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that has been coming up for me a lot is thought processes and emotions that I've been working on releasing that clearly has not been released because it's come into my awareness, as well as a strong need to meditate and
Mm,
come into stillness. So, those are two things that have come through strongly, and I've been cultivating by meditating, yeah, twice a day. And I was, for some reason, really resistant to it. I think it was because I was judging myself around what meditation should look like. Like I shouldn't have all of these thoughts coming into my awareness that I have to work on to release. And when I released that judgment of myself, then I was able to actually drop in. Um, and I found this group of other people who are meditating at the same time. So that also really supported me in making
mm,
it a practice that we would meet virtually, but with the intention that we were all meditating together. And that felt really good to me because I've always been calling in and yearning community. And even though we're in this virtual space, everything's energy. So we're all really together, meditating, holding this energy and frequency of us. Um, and something that happened a month ago for me, which was very interesting. It's like I felt this energy explode in my heart and I was working really hard and like, how do I like keep this energy open and like focus really hard and be like, oh, I just like really want to like share it and like open it up. But then I was kind of trying too hard. And then Darren and I kind of came across the same knowing and wisdom at the same time, but it's been hard for me, and I'll let Darren speak for himself, um, around allowing this. So, a little bit around me is that I grew up with a very challenging upbringing. Someday I will share my full story, but for now, I'll just keep it PC. Uh, but I grew up Catholic with some abuse that happened there around religion, amongst other things. And the word God has, and especially with the spiritual community as well, made me feel cringy and gross. Um, and like, I don't even want to use it. So, like, if you know me and if you watched our videos, whenever I've called in source, I would not use the word God. I would use source, universal energy, all that is, all that ever was, all that will be, everything, avoiding that word. And then 2 weeks ago, I just felt called to ask, like, I always say in the name of, and then I use like, usually I say source, or creation. And I was like, I'm just going to see how all these phrases feel and pause and see which one is a more higher vibration for me. And I was avoidant, very avoidant of using the 3-letter word God because of the religious connotation. And of course, my trauma that I was also holding on to. And I was shocked because when I held the frequency of all these other phrases, it felt very flat, minus the one that you told me to try, Darren, which was like the Almighty. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, Prime Creator Source.
Yeah, Prime Creator Source. So that one was also high vibrational. But when I said God, that was the highest vibration. And I was kind of dumbfounded and shocked and honestly angry at the same time. A lot got stirred up in me because of so much focus in the spiritual community to not use that word, to dodge it. And then also my personal upbringing of, whoa, there's a lot that happened. I don't want, like, God created this and this is what happened to me. Kind of like a victim mentality that I was holding. And then I was like, well, I can tell that this energetics of this word that people use all the time, some in kind ways and some in not so kind ways, that I feel something. So I've been diving into that and asking very specifically, like at first I started with the almighty, uh, almighty source God. I would say that phrase because that was easier on my heart and on my soul to actually call in that energy because that is us. That is who created everything. But I was very resistant to it and I would sob every time. And went on for a while. And then now I keep calling it in. And it feels like Kundalini, to be honest, except less intense. Like, I will feel the energy move because it's source, it's God. It moves wherever it needs to, just like Kundalini energy. But my body doesn't move in these big forms. It just is. So that's been something interesting to hold on to and invite in this energy that I've literally avoided using that phrase and that term because of the connotation. Um, yeah, I think I feel complete for now. Um, and yeah, Darren, if you want to go.
I was just, like I was talking about it like the last couple days on TikTok, because it's the same for me. Um, it's been there's been a connection to religion. If you like, so who do you really like connect with if like you don't connect with this higher power, And it's a form of separation and divide. Oh, we'll attach the word God to religion, and then like the spiritual community then chooses to use the words like universe. Oh, I'll ask the universe, I'll ask for help from the universe or different, like source or the divine, or you know what I mean, versus like this higher vibrational word like God. But it's been negatively, this negative, at least, everywhere that I've asked people, they say they don't like the word due to the fact that it is attached to like Christianity or Catholics, or just religion in general. Because most people are either spiritual or they're not religious. And then you have the group that are religious, and they have their strong faith, but then there's a big percentage, like I said, the spiritual community, which doesn't have doesn't use it, and then um, doesn't like it because it's connected with religion. And I kind of feel like I was saying this earlier, like I think I realized where I lost my faith and my connection to God or the divine or source or whatever, or even asking for help, because as a man, you know, we're like, oh, we have to do everything ourselves, you know. It's like, be strong, you could do it, you could do it, man, be strong, you got this, push through, you know. And I think the last couple days and the last week that I've been calling in source, God, the divine, asking for help, asking for things, connecting, creating a relationship. I realized, like, when I was little, my grandparents passed away. I was in hospice at a young age. I had an awakening at like 7 years old. And that's where I feel I turned away from my faith, from my connection to God, because it was like all these things were happening around us. You know, it wasn't the greatest times in the 70s and early 80s. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of shit going on. And my grandma died and was in hospice, and I was so close to her. And my mom's brother committed suicide, and then my grandfather died in the hospital, and all these different things. And I got bullied, and all these just tons of shit was going on as a kid. And I'm like, how could I be going through so much challenges, and I ask for help and nothing happens? And then I turn away because I'm like, oh well, you know, why would, if the creator could create this, then why can't he create harmony and balance? Why can't he create good for everybody? Why can't everybody be abundant and wealthy and peaceful and happy and joyous? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really understood that, how much pain and suffering has been in the world. And like, if so, I turned away, you know? And I realized more and more the one key factor is creating a relationship and trusting. Even if, like, it doesn't show up to you in the way you think it should show up or as quickly as you think it should, it's about trusting, like, a higher power that if you ask, it will be taken care of. It just may not be taken care of in the time frame that you think it will, or as quickly as you do, or when you think it will. It's all about having that deep trust. And I think that that is the problem that majority of humanity, all of us, do. We ask, and then we expect it instantaneously, and then we right away turn our backs because it didn't happen quick enough or in the way we think it should. And then that severs it. And then it doesn't happen because of our resistance to trusting and allowing it to unfold how it's supposed to and when it's supposed to, you know. So I think that's the biggest thing, that, and then we keep taking these steps back because we resist, and we are like, screw this, like, I don't think it's going to happen. And then we don't trust, and then it it kind of like it keeps setting it back more and more. And then we're like, what the f, it's never happening, because we just don't. If we just threw up our hands and let go and trusted, it would happen probably so quickly and so fast. Because I know when I do that and I surrender, it comes quickly and changes, you know, really fast. So it's like the resistance is what, and the doubt and the non-trust is what delays the process of everything. And then we're like, you know, then we go into this negative patterns, and we start looping, and we start doubting, and we don't trust. And then it just, you know, it delays it more and more. I hope that that makes sense, you know. um but yeah, so getting back to it, that's what I think happened to me, and I think that happened to a lot of people on the planet. And along with the three letters God being negatively looked at as a religious thing. Same with Jesus. I feel the same way with that. It's been widely used as a religious thing. Why can't somebody spiritual, you know, connect with Jesus if they want to, you know? But it's like, no, you can't be this certain religion or spirituality and look and call on Jesus, you know? So it's like, I think and I feel like, if anybody's doesn't know of Lori Ladd, you should check her out. and she said the same thing, and I feel very strongly that the planet is shifting, and I feel like we're reconnecting back to this higher power called God. And it doesn't really matter if you call it God. You can call it whatever the heck you want. Divine, prime creator, source, God, higher power. I mean, it doesn't matter. I think God, like Luna said, is so high vibrational though, and that's of the reasons why they don't want us using it. Why it's made out to be like this negative connotation around it, because and they don't want us connecting to it because they know that how powerful we're going to be if we do, and we develop a relationship with God or the creator. Anyway, I think I was going on and on, but I wonder what everybody was saying because
Full
on
of
fire.
people just going back and forth between them trying to distract. So I've not responded or engaged. I'm just going to
Uh,
let it be. Yeah, going off of what you said, Darren, that's a lot of people's experiences is that there's um, traumatic experiences that typically happen at a young age. And then people shut down, kids shut down, and then and that's the thing. It's 0 to 4 is how we view the world. 0 to 7 is who we're going to be in the world. So if anything traumatic happened in those age brackets, then that really shifts and changes who you are, your personality, the way you feel safe or you don't feel safe within yourself, and that's projected outwardly as your world that you perceive in this realm. And then that's where all your belief systems and your feelings and perceptions around everything is created in 0 to 7. So it completely makes sense, Darren, what you were just explaining, how you had all these people that you're very close to who transitioned out. They were like, see ya, leaving, and you felt alone. And a lot of people, especially light workers or people waking up, when I woke up, I felt alone and very angry and confused why our world is functioning in the way, and no one's really, I felt at the time like no one was really questioning it because I hadn't reached out to other people, and I was just like, I don't understand why we have all these systems in place that feel very constricted and boxed. Like I have to fit in this perfect little box of who I am, how to behave, what to believe, what to do, how to function in society as normal. And since a little kid, I've never wanted to be put into a box or labeled anything. I get to choose that. Um, and someone else, of course, can do that, but they get to hold on to their label and their feeling and the emotion and whatever they decide. Because coming here, we get to apply meaning to everything and we get to choose if it's good or bad, and ideally to get into the sweet spot, which is neutrality, that everything just is, no matter
mhm.
what's happening, it just is.
Yeah,
And it's challenging, especially when it affects us directly or indirectly, but we still receive that energy of how to come to that neutrality of it just is. And then not going into the I have to save everything, I have to do everything to change the world, when really that world is internal, it's in you to change.
yeah,
And when
yeah,
you change your views, your belief systems, which is the core of everything, then everything shifts around you. And what used to be maybe challenging or hard or annoying or frustrating, fill in the blank, no longer has the same potency. And that's the magic. That's empowerment. That's self empowerment. And that's why Darren and I are here on this channel, is we have a variety of tools that we share with people that work for us. And we come on here and we make videos around songs for me that have come in, or light language, or Darren with his channeled messages, as well as right now, we're talking about the word God that is, uh, honestly, I would even call it taboo right now in our society. that even in the religious culture, when I was taught how to use it, you have to use it in a very specific way or you're condoned. And all these rules that like went with it, it couldn't just be the energy of us that we feel disconnected from. And the thing
Yeah.
is, when we came here, we weren't supposed to feel disconnected. We weren't supposed to do this alone. Um, and yet, like I was telling this to my kids too, and yet at the same time, we're kind of like little kids down here, like, don't tell me what to do. I can do whatever I want. I
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
I can drive wherever I want. Like we're kind of like little kids. And the source energy, when we release the mind, the ego, we listen to the guidance on the path that we want to be on, that our soul is yelling and screaming at us that we're ignoring because we're allowing our mind to work in a very specific way. And when I was doing meditation earlier, I don't know if y'all know Moji. I've always been fascinated with him. He did this prayer of inviting God into his heart, into his whole heart, and then felt this burst of energy, uh, and everyone around him felt the presence of God. And if you watch any of his videos, you can feel it strongly, just like your whole being shifts and changes. And it's amazing and magical. And you may be like me, like, oh, am I worthy? Like when I was processing all this, like, am I worthy of holding this energy? Can I hold this energy? Is this even really mine? Or like, where's it coming from? But it's just pure. You don't have to earn anything. You don't have to be a certain way. You don't have to do anything. It just is. And that energy is yours. No one can take that from you. And when we practice releasing the mind, emptying ourselves completely and holding it, that is like the juicy bit. That is like where you have energy move and you naturally heal yourself and feel better. I feel like I've been more spicy and like funny in the past couple weeks
It's
than
not
I
only
felt in a
that.
while.
Yeah, I agree, and I feel like that's when people say to you or say to people,
Hi,
like
metal.
they're like, "What are you doing?" Like, "Wow, you look different. Wow, you got something about you," like people begin to notice the change when you allow God to work through you, and use your vessel essentially, and that's what a lot of us are here to do, but like we haven't realized it. Um, well, because the ego stands in the way, and it's like resistance, and but like when you actually, that's the whole purpose of a lot of us coming down here, is to allow God to use us for good, to change things, to make, like a lot of artists and musicians, and they are allowing God to use them, and then they write these books and they write this music, and maybe a chef is like this world-renowned chef, and they're allowing God to use them with food, through food, and or like I said, through music, or and that's why so many people resonate with so many big artists, that have actually surrendered to, okay, I give up, like just guide me, lead me. But it's like I said before, and I've given these tips with making a relationship with your higher self. It's the same thing, that's your soul. But now take it to a step further and connect and create a relationship with the creator, and how powerful that will be, and allowing him or her, whatever you want to label it, to use you. Because that's what you essentially, at the end of the day, came here to do. That's what Jesus did. You know, again, I don't associate Jesus with religion, because the
Mm-mm.
religion I grew up as did not look. at Jesus as like my savior or God or the like, you know, so for me, I just see Jesus as this individual that allowed God to use him, and where he could see, because at the end of the day, to be able to do the things that he did and to see people through the lens of love and to see people from the pain they're in, not the act they commit, you would definitely have to surrender and allow God to use your vessel for good and to, shift the planet, in some. Darren helped me when I was down. What does that say? Tree or T? T fell
A
down. What is
tree
it?
fell on my house during a
Uh,
hurricane in Florida.
oh yeah, I do remember that. Wow. Yeah,
How
thank
are
you,
you
Metal.
doing, Metal?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hi, Sophia. Are you coming on here to tell a joke? I see a question that you asked. What did one candle say to the other candle? Light my flame. Let's get lit.
Well, see, here's the thing. I want to say something what Fred said. He said Blondie Christine. I think he's referring to you with blonde hair. I would think. I feel like Jesus is close to me, but I want to feel him more. I want to feel him deep inside me. How can I get closer to him?
Darren,
What?
just so you know, Fred's comments are not really appropriate. I'm just letting you
Really?
know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I'm purposely not engaging. So
well,
I'm okay with
I'll,
him insinuating things, but
okay.
I'm
Well,
not
the,
going to
the
say
the
them out
whole.
loud, and I encourage
All
you not
right.
to as well.
I won't. The whole Jesus thing, though. I will say this: that the closer you can get to Jesus, like even just speaking, talking with him, asking things, the closer you're going to get to God. And if you have a connection with Jesus, your connection is going to deepen with God through whoever you use. If it's like that's the easiest way to that connection is whoever you resonate with the most, even if it's like the universe, or you know, um, to just practice and talk, and communicate, and you'll see how much closer you'll get. Uh,
See what I mean? Okay, Sophia, or Soph, what did one candle say to the other candle? As my kids do, I'm going out tonight. But I'm bumped.
but
I usually have my candles. I have the soy candles, so they actually go for a really long time if I choose.
yeah, Joey Martinez, true is right, man. It's like I think that like well, I know the planet is changing. We're changing no matter what, man. You could come on here and be a troll. You could come on here and say the things you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you what, man, you're changing along with everybody else, whether you like it or not. And so many people have resistance, but they're changing. Everybody is changing, and we are shifting in a way that we are going to make our connection back to God, back to source, you know, everything.
Dean, you're really funny.
How do
And
you make
also, I just want to send you love, Metal. I hear what you just went through, and that sounds really hard and challenging. So I just want to say that I see you, and I'm also glad that you're doing okay. And thank you
No,
so
you know
much for
what, Luna?
sharing.
Luna, he went through that. That was a while back. This was like last year.
I hear you. Well, I didn't know that. I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
whether it happened last year or not, there's no time and space, Darren. So
I
I just
think
want to
it.
say,
I think it was last. No, because you're saying it like it was like like
like, it
yesterday or
just
something like that.
happened. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I didn't know. And I just want to say that I see you, Metal, and thank you for sharing. Oh,
yeah.
hi,
I think it
Dean.
happened like last hurricane season,
Hi,
actually, like last
Raja.
summer. It was cool. I do remember Metal, and I remember his situation, and that's so that warms my heart, man.
Oh,
That's why I wake up every morning with this purpose to like serve. Like I used to be in service to self, and now I'm in service. I mean, yeah, now I'm in service to others. Like
Mm.
I just that's what gets me up in the morning. Like I want to serve humanity. I want to like end the suffering on the planet if that's possible for me to do, you know? Like I want to share all the tools and the things I've done and to better my life so that I can other people can experience the same thing, you know? That is why I do this, you know?
Interesting deal. Thank you, Soph. I appreciate you. I love that you like to do that. I hope that I can also do that for everybody too. Whenever it gets late at night, like when I'm putting my kids to bed, I feel like really funny, or at least my kids mirror that I'm really funny because we just have a laugh fest before they go to bed.
You will, Metal, you will. And I'm curious, like Dale, what is your feeling? Because you said I think the word God. What do you think about the word God? I would like to hear, if you don't mind, Luna, everybody to just say, do you F with the word God? Do you not? Do you
Mm.
do you do you feel like it has a negative connotation around it around religion? Do you not feel that? Because I'm gonna tell you, the last week and a half, I've struggled with sitting and calling God in and practicing it, even though the religion I grew up around used the word God. It was just like my surroundings, I guess you could say, made me separate from it and see it in a negative way. Like, oh, so I felt I felt very uncomfortable using it the past week and a half. um, in joining this class that I've joined, that is not religious, that has nothing to do with religion, but it's just, you know, calling in, connecting to a higher power like God, you know, and using the
Yeah.
word. So
Normalizing the word as it's
normalizing it.
just a
Yeah.
word
Yes.
without a
Yes.
connotation it's attached to anything other than the frequency of it. While everyone's writing in the comments, Darren's question, I just want to share with you something that happened last week because I've been gone. I went on a family retreat, a family Christian retreat, and I was I'm not religious either. And I was really resistant to going, and I was hemming and hawing, going back and forth around it. But I liked the idea that it was family focused, and I was told I didn't have to join, you know, their Bible studies or meditation and things like that. That um, I could do whatever felt good for me and my kids. And it was fascinating. So we just get there a day later, and we're in their song circle or their worship circle, whatever they want to, I don't know what they called it. And as I'm sitting there and they're talking about the Lord, my vibration and the vibration of this area we were on this retreat center rose significantly. And as I was sitting there before it happened, I was like, wow, these people, it feels like they have no emotion. Like it's just all stagnant. And I was like, oh, that feels really weird. Because usually when I engage with people, it's like I can feel all these emotions and energies and I'm like thrown around like in this like weird tornado. And then they started singing. And then I saw visually Yeshua come down and it was really funny. I don't remember
Mm.
what the song was about, but he was like literally like in his like gold self, like going like this, dancing.
Oh,
And then he'd zip out and he'd come back and he'd like do it again. And then he was like rolling in the ground, like on the ground at the it was just really odd. And it was so interesting coming from a spiritual perspective, like observing what they're doing or providing myself and my family. And it didn't feel like my upbringing at all. Like it felt very clean and nice and sacred. And um, yeah, so that kind of was very interesting for me to take in how judgmental I was around religion
Mhm.
around the word Lord or God, Jesus even. And when I left that and just was with the energy and with Jeshua, it was just funny to witness, and it allowed me to just be and just observe without any sort of attachment of what this experience will be, how I'll feel about it, who are these people, and just being in the energy and this
Mm.
energetic exchange.
Mm.
Oh, it
Yeah,
got
I mean,
removed again. Interesting. Maybe do like a bunch of the dots, Dale, in between like you did before, so then you could say it, or like put a bunch of words together. It looks like Raja put a bunch of words together and then it doesn't get deleted.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Organic machine. Dean, like it. I really feel strongly that they've done it so that we don't connect to God, that we don't use the word even God because it's so high vibrational, and the more that they can get us to be angry at God for
Mhm.
not doing anything, like as we think he's not doing anything, the more that we'll be in fear and controlled. And I can tell you right now, just like Lori has said, we are going to see more and more, like the example of your favorite musician. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's your favorite, but I know you dance to his songs.
Oh, you talking about Forrest Frank?
Yeah, Forrest Frank.
Yeah, why don't you tell that
Like,
story? It's really cool. I
yeah,
looked on his Instagram because I
yeah, it
want
was
to
on
watch the
there. Yeah, it was on
videos.
there, and it was just a few days ago. It's truth. It happened like recently. Forrest Frank is like a religious artist, and Lori Ladd was telling his story about how he broke his back, and literally, and they said, "There's no way you're going to need surgery," blah blah blah, and this and that, and literally in a matter of like less than a week, his back was completely healed, and he went and they did emergency X-rays, and lo and behold, he did not need any surgery. His back was completely healed, and if that's not what you would call, I don't even call it a miracle because I feel like this is going to be something that is going to be normal. And I feel like the more and more we can trust and believe, like these type of things and healings and all kinds of things are going to happen, abundance, healing, whatever the case may be, things that we think are challenging or horrific, are going to just magically be fixed. And I mean, I look at it as my dad in 1984 being told he had a week to live by doctors, and he healed in 6 weeks, 4 stage Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. That they said he wouldn't make it, and he lived 25 years later. And so this is just the things that are going to happen that are going to be normalized. Just like, what was his name again?
Forrest Frank?
Forrest Frank. Just like
Mhm.
him, and breaking his back, and then literally in a week's time, which something probably like that would take a year or more, or maybe never. Maybe he could have been in a wheelchair. Who knows? And to it for it to be done in like a week's time, if that doesn't tell you how faith works and how asking for help. And I think another thing is so many men and women are afraid to ask for help, and they don't do it on a regular basis, and they think, oh yeah, I asked one time and I better not ask again. Or they think, let me ask my friend or my mother or my brother or my relative, or instead of going straight to the CEO, man, straight to God, as Lori says, the CEO, going right to the CEO and asking for help. Like, and we just don't do it
But
because
so
you don't see it.
I think it's that we're too proud. I've been
Yeah,
too proud to
pride.
ask
Yeah,
for help,
yeah,
which pride is what? Another form of ego. Or
yeah.
even another thing that came up for me was guilt. feeling guilty, like I didn't figure out what I feel I should have done, and having this expectation that I should have had it all figured out. I should have known
Mhm.
how to do this. And honestly, I feel like any healing modality out there is supposed to support you in getting closer to God, because that's the creator of everything. And just making what modality resonates with you so much that you feel closer to
Yeah, yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
that you
yeah.
feel empowered, that you feel love and kindness and caring for not only yourself but everybody else. And it doesn't matter what you call it, Reiki, BQH, meditation, crystalline soul healing, light language, uh, what are some yoga, breath work.
Yeah.
It's
Kundalini.
just like what helps you release the beliefs, the ego, the mind trying to figure it out, when again, that's not its job, to just hold this energy.
No, but it's ego too, though. Like you're just saying, like pride and ego. Like
Hmm.
your ego is like, hell no, I'm not asking for help. I'm not asking the create like God for help. And not only that, a lot of people have been programmed as well in a way that if you can't see it or touch it or hear it or feel it, it's not real. So being the fact that they can't see God, it's like a lot of people don't believe or don't trust that he's really there, and unless like it was like something like he brought Jesus down from the heavens and Jesus parted the ocean and walked on water. You know what I'm saying? Like right in front of you. If they don't see it, then they don't believe it and they don't think I can ask for help, you know? Cuz it's like, "Oh, no, you like my dad, like he's not physically in physical form anymore, you know? But like I know he's here. Yeah, do I want him like here in physical form so I could like hear his voice and like actually hear his voice like I'm speaking right now? Of course. Do I hear him? Yes. Do you have to believe? Like Dean said, belief. What do you say? The power of belief is beyond your imagination. It is. And let me tell you something, man. If you believe so deeply and so strongly you can heal from anything, you will, no matter who tells you otherwise. And that's the one thing my dad always told me and told me over and over again before he died in 2022 when I was going through it and I hit rock bottom and he yelled and screamed at me and said, "You have to believe, you have to effing believe." And that's all he ever kept saying to me. Even in 2017, it was all belief. His belief was so strong. And that's what it takes, like with anything on this planet, whether it be you having enough money to pay rent, you healing yourself, whatever the case is, your belief has to be so damn strong that you're going to have that money, that you're going to have that healing, that you're going to have the right people that come along that help you maybe and assist you in that healing, whatever it is, that you're going to be in that relationship, that you're going to have the life of your dreams, whatever it is, it's like it's belief. Yeah,
Always,
me
Dean,
too.
I
Me
love your
too.
comments.
Me too.
Dean says, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. That's really cute and adorable. True wealth is when you can acquire the things money cannot buy.
Yep.
And honestly, how easy when so Darren's done like a specific, um, I will just call it a modality through Lori Lab that she's channeled, of like the invocation of Yeshua, and of God. And I've done one, but it's called the invitation from Moji. But it's again the same thing. It's just emptying yourself and just being present without any expectations, without trying to figure it out with your mind, without trying to process other things, and just being here right now and seeing what comes. And I kind of want to, Darren, and I felt this before we went
Yeah,
live,
but it's not only
kind of
that
just,
though. It's not only that. It's letting go of the expectations of if you're gonna hear something, if you're gonna see something,
yeah, of
if you're going
course,
to feel
expectation
something,
of
because you may
anything.
not you may not feel anything, you may not even see anything because you have to develop a relationship. it may take time before that happens, and that's okay, as long as you commit to doing it every day, and a practice, like I've said, with, connecting with your higher self, even, it's the same exact thing, and I say it like this. It's like it's the same exact thing if you're trying to build a relationship with a friend, build a relationship with a loved one, a marriage. You have to put energy in and time in and commit to that relationship in whatever form it is. So it goes for the same thing as you developing a relationship with God or your higher self or your guides or angels or whoever it is, it requires commitment and time and energy and and you taking the time out and developing that relationship, so
And knowing is that we could hold this energy and walk people through from what I've got from Moji and what you've gotten as well, and just seeing what people notice. And again, just as Darren has said, it's okay if you don't notice anything. It's okay if the energy of like whatever comes through to you comes and goes. It's okay if it's really strong. It's okay if the energy moves and it moves things through and out of you. And this is you. This is what you've been searching for. Is you in this beautiful energy. You don't have to work at it. You don't have to do anything. It just is.
I mean, um solitude is the key too, nature, solitude, so you can hear the whispers of your soul, so you can connect to God, so you can hear the words. Yeah, I think we could do that, because maybe I think we're going to be on, maybe I would figure another like 7 minutes or something like that, like we probably were going like an hour, right?
Yeah, we can go for an hour if that's what you want. We can just see what happens. I don't know how long this process will be, what I'm going to be guided or you'll be guided to say. So I personally don't want to restrict it to 7 minutes, but if that's what you're wanting, then that's okay. We can do it a different time, I think. I just don't feel like it's going to be 7 minutes.
Oh, an hour and a half. Oh, okay.
We're going to have to cut short. I could also hop back on myself and rally the crowd. A very interesting crowd here.
Meeting, I could, if you're still on, I could join.
I've ever tried it. Okay. Oh yeah, you gotta eat. You gotta eat. You gotta put some food in your body. Yeah.
Back on, and or we're gonna be coming live tomorrow, guys, again, on here. I've been going live on TikTok like every day. So if you follow us on TikTok, man, I've been going live every day for like at least minimum like 2 hours, you know. So already like I've been steadily consistent like for the past 5 days, which is, I'm getting back to my old swing of things where I would go live every day. I'm just trying to figure out how to balance it between YouTube and TikTok. Um, but this was great because I went live earlier on TikTok, and then Luna's like, "Yeah, you want to go live?" And I'm like, "All right, let's do it. We haven't done it in a while, so I'm happy to do it." And I think we're gonna do like before she goes on her retreat. Um, we were gonna maybe go live tomorrow to do the 8-8 portal activation for Lionsgate. Luna, I'm doing just that. I am eating and listening, watching.
Aw, awesome.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
so that's so good. I love that you laughed that hard.
maybe Luna will like cook dinner and be live with you guys or something like that, you know?
Darren, what if instead of ending the live, you go take care of your needs, and if it resonates, you come back. If not, you just let it be. Because then I
Yeah, I
don't
could
have
do
to
that.
recreate a link and start
Yeah,
it
I
all
could do
over. And you
that.
know how long this took
Yeah, I could
with
do that.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah, yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my phone is good because I think it's like
Did you plug it
50%.
in?
Yeah, it's plugged in right now
Okay, cool.
to this battery pack, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's got like 2 bars right now, but yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Um yeah, I'm trying to eat like earlier, you know what I mean? And it's already like it's 5:55.
Oh,
Um I don't really eat much in the evening time anymore. I just have like a little salad or something like that, but
what kind of
um
salad you got? What you
hopefully they're
making
not
over
it's
there?
not hopefully it's not rotted, you know, but like you know how I meal prep the
Okay. It's not,
salads, you know.
Darren. It's clean. It's ready to go. The lettuce pieces are crisp. You're just waiting for
Who's
some salad dressing.
who's fasting for 8-8? I mean, shit, I've been fasting like I fasted 4 days last week. And yesterday I pretty much fasted all day just about till 3 o'clock when I had a smoothie. So I would venture to say I've been fasting regardless. Um, you know what I found out? Get this. I just want to say one thing. Do you know who you guys probably some of you probably know who he is. Machine Gun Kelly. You know who Machine Gun Kelly is? He's like a singer. I would play his song if we were on TikTok. I could have played one of his songs, but I can't do it on here because it would get copyrighted. But um, his name is Machine Gun Kelly, and I don't know really the genre he's considered. He does kind of rap slash hard rock, maybe alternative, maybe something in that arena. And I happened to see a video of him on TikTok talking about that he fasts like practically every day. And they said they were recording like a short video with this guy named he's a big kick huge on kick. I forget what his name is. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. Well, anyways, he was in with him and he has like millions of followers too. And he was talking to him and he said, he goes, he only has kimchi and what's that other stuff? Not coleslaw. What's the other stuff? It's like a cabbage, it's like kimchi, but it's
Sauerkraut?
sauerkraut and kimchi. He says he eats that because of the probiotics.
Mm-hmm.
But then he'll have just green juice here and there, but he just pretty much doesn't eat anything. He says he only eats a couple times a week. And like he just fasts like all the time on water. That's it. And he says he'll have coconut water and green juice here and there, but like he pretty much doesn't really eat. And
Hmm.
they said, "My God, you're so healthy, dude." And he's a rock star, man. He's like got like 500,000 followers on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And he's young. He's
Does he
not.
look healthy though?
Oh hell yeah, yeah. Look him
Okay.
up. Look him up.
I'm just not
Look.
familiar. What is it?
No, look
Who
up.
is it again?
Look up Machine Gun Kelly.
Ooh, sorry.
MGK is like his initials on like TikTok and stuff. Actually, I think I sent you his video on Telegram. His TikTok video of him
Hmm,
talking about it. Look
hmm.
on your Telegram. I think I sent it to you. Uh, yeah, today. Let me see. Let me look. Um, yeah. So this dude, yeah, he looks like really healthy. I mean, um, and I would venture to say he's probably in his. Let me look up how old he is. I think he's got to be in his 30s. Did you find them?
Hi, legendary princess. Love you too. Thank you
Machine,
so much for dropping in.
Kelly, Page.
No, I didn't find your message from today.
Okay, he's 35 years old,
Mm.
and he's a rapper and singer and songwriter.
Hmm. You want to
And
send what you're seeing to me so I can see?
like I'm just googling it. I just put Machine Gun Kelly in age, and then it showed
Okay.
like photos of him and stuff. But
Okay.
that's not really like his new photos. Let me send you his TikTok page.
Oh,
Does anybody else know?
they have an abbreviation MGK.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah, exactly. And that's his TikTok. Does anybody else know who he is on here?
Hmm.
Yeah, he's got 4.2 million followers on TikTok. Okay, and I think the video I saw was on. I think the video I saw was on Instagram or something like that. He's got a daughter. He's like a really good father. I mean, he's yeah, really positive dude, man. I have to say, and it was very interesting to hear that. That he's actually with that many followers, man. He's like preaching fasting and eating healthy, and that's his TikTok I just sent you. I think the video I saw was on Instagram, maybe. Oh, you know what? I might have
Interesting.
sent what? Oh yeah, here it is. I have it. I have it. It was on YouTube. Actually, here, I'm gonna send it to you. Just watch this. It's real
But
quick.
I can see
Here.
your comment.
There it is. That's the video. It's like
Thank
30 seconds.
you. Bye, legendary
Bye,
princess.
legendary. Thank you. Did you get my link?
Yeah, 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 I got it. I
Like
see him
30.
on Instagram.
Yeah, but look at that one. It's like 30 seconds, and you'll see it on there where he talks about um, how he water fasts. He only eats kimchi and sauerkraut. But I mean, he's a young dude, man, and he's promoting like, you know, with a huge following. So that's a good thing, man, for humanity, and you saw the video.
Do something similar, but mine is salads and smoothies. Recently, I was guided to have some meat, but now I'm just guided back to have salad and smoothies again. And I think it's more of now being out of that. I think it was just more of me letting go of preconceived ideas and belief systems around meat that I had that I didn't realize, as well as listening to spirit when spirit was saying, or God was saying, like, hey, we want you to do this. We know that you feel all of these things and we want you to do it anyways. So I
Yes,
can release that.
I
And
told
are you
you.
listening? I think was a big piece. Are you listening? Can you follow my guidance, even if it feels uncomfortable, to allow yourself to be vulnerable and be with whatever's here right now? And now that I have been, um, it's like I feel strongly again to just eat, yeah, vegetables and fruit. So I'm really excited to go to Singing Live because it's all plant-based food and vegan, and it's basically like a fasting that's gonna happen. Speaking of food, Darren, are you gonna go eat your food? Yeah.
God is guiding her in that direction. He says, "You need to detox." So she's like listening, and she's gonna go to a place, and that's where he says her book is gonna be written at this retreat place that she's gonna do 21 days on just water. So I think more and more people are being guided so that their vessels can be used by God and Jesus and these different, higher powers. Like, I mean, I come on here. Dale talks about fasting. A lot of people, man, are intermittent fasting. Like it's a lot of people are being guided to detox and cleanse their body, and they're eating less. And here's the prime example of an individual that's 35 years old that has 4.3 million followers on TikTok, and he fasts. He says he only eats a couple times a week. So it's like, and he was promoting on there. They said, "Oh, did you know that after 7 days of fasting, like you clear out any cancer cells in the body?" I don't know if I should be saying that on here, but um, any cells in the C word cells in your body are cleared out. Like there's a guy that I followed. His name is Dr. Schultz, and he's based in California, and he has 3 different fasts that he does, and they're like over 20 something day fasts. Some are with just water, some are with just juice. It depends on how serious of an ailment you have, but he swears by it. And if you do that, that's what my dad pretty much did when he did his thing in 94, and I'm gonna say it like that, from the sea. All he had was wheatgrass, green juice, and raw salads. That was it. And in 6 weeks, he was fully clear and showed no signs of anything. So I can tell you right now, we're being guided to cleanse our vessels from all the crap that we've put in it. And the more and more we clear and cleanse our vessels, the more our connection to source is better. Our third eye clears up because it's calcified. Yeah, our pineal gland, all of it. I swear to you, when I fast and then I do breath work, it blows my third eye open, and I start seeing visuals, and I start seeing, like, it's almost like I'm tripping on like LSD or something, and it's like that's why they want you to fast during breath work and not eat anything all night and then wake up in the morning and do breath work, because it is so powerful on when you're fasting. My teacher, he would promote it himself, and he would do like week long fasts. And he said as he got deeper in the fast, the breath work got more powerful. His journey became deeper, so yeah, there's power behind it, man. And I see more and more people are being guided to it, and to eat less, and to put away like fast food crap and stuff like that, and stuff you would get at a gas station, you know? And we just aren't able to eat it anymore, man. Our bodies are upgrading and shifting and changing. But anyways, you take the reins, Luna. I'm out of here. I could talk all day about this stuff. Like, this is like my passion, man. I love talking about it. So, um, uh,
To do your research, talk to a provider, whoever's in your internal circle that can really support you in that process. And naturally, we all fast. When we go to sleep, we're not eating food and our body rests. And it's important for our digestive system to rest. So, just like we don't eat all day long, ideally, to allow that rest, recuperation, for the nutrients to go wherever it needs to go.
yeah, that's one thing. Good thing you said that, Luna, because I want to make sure, especially being on this platform, that you do your research, and don't listen to me. I'm not a doctor, I'm not somebody that I'm just talking from my own experience of over
Yeah.
30 years in the health industry, like of
And just
experience.
what Darren's experience is doesn't mean it's going to be your experience. You have to
Exactly,
figure out what's
exactly.
best for you. Is it water fasting, juice fasting? Is it vegetables? What feels the best for you? I've done fasting too. I was on this protocol with this family that are really fit. They have this whole regime, and they would only eat um, salads and smoothies, and that was it. And their kids all do this too, and they're like fit people. And it's I noticed for me that I had to eat, like my body needed to eat something, chew on something versus just having a full diet of smoothies. because my jaw wanted to gnaw on something. Um, and yeah, when I was raw and vegan and made things in my like dehydrator and was biking a lot, I was like the fittest and healthiest that I've ever been, and I had so much energy. So when we detox from everything, whether it's technology, maybe toxicity, uh, food that have a lot of processed stuff in it that you maybe don't even know what's actually in it, which might be told what's actually in your food later, you know, um, it's you just feel better. So those are some potential outcomes you may have. But again, just really ask, your doctor, your provider for support if that's something that you're wanting to do, and be open to the possibility of feeling better. Or just as a warning, you usually have detox. So you have to go get over that hump of not feeling well and your body um, saying that it's releasing the toxins, which is basically just all it's doing. And once you get past that point, then you notice the shift, and that's the magic
Yeah, like
sauce.
I've been doing it for years now, so it's like way different for me. And like last week when I did it for 4 days and I was going through allergies, I had so much freaking energy, and I didn't think about food for 1 second. And before though, years ago, I had that thing with the blood sugar spike where you get headaches and you'd be like hangry, like people talk about I'm hangry and all this stuff. I don't get none of that stuff anymore. I don't get the shakes. I don't get, headaches. I don't get nothing. I did a couple years ago, but I was cleansing a lot of stuff. And now I can do it and I don't get headaches. I remember years ago the hardest time was at night when I went to bed. That's when, it's the work, the food, cravings and feeling weak and stuff like that. But nah, I don't. Man, I've been doing it for years now, and I don't have any of that stuff. I don't have blood sugar spikes. I don't have any of that stuff, man. Like I said, yet last week I was having allergies really bad, and I was just guided by my higher self to fast. And I started on Saturday, and I ended the fast I think Thursday or Friday. So it was like 4 or 5 days, and it was fantastic, man. I felt just phenomenal. So anyway, I'm gonna get going. I'll maybe be back. Maybe I won't. If I don't, I love you all, man. And yeah, check out, do your research, man, before you do anything, Don't just listen to us. Everybody's bodies are different. And what I always suggest, again, and it's my opinion, is um easing into it and just doing a few hours here, a few hours there, kind of thing like that, like intermittent type of thing, and just building up to finally fasting for a whole day or 2 days or whatever, with anything, I think weaning into it is the best thing you can do to build, just prepare your body. But anyways, like I said, do research and check with your doctors, all that stuff. I love you all, man, and take care of yourselves. Same, Darren. Once you do it enough, your body actually adapts and actually becomes more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I think. Machine Gun Kelly's done. That's why he says he only eats like a couple times a week, if that. So, yeah, you don't really need food anymore. And I'm starting to like, I buy, it's so funny. I told Luna yesterday, I buy food and I eat a little bit of it. And then I'm like, oh God, I can't, I don't want this. And then I'm like constantly giving it away because I'm like, I can't return it. So it's like, and then my body just doesn't want it. And I'm just like, all right, what do I do with all this food? Like I eat a little, I buy something and I eat a little bit of it, and then I don't want the rest. Then I'm like, I keep changing, and nothing really is like, oh my god, that's freaking amazing. I got to have another one of that. Like I haven't had that in years with food anymore because I used to live to eat, not eat to live, right? And food was like everything to me. like a lot of these content creators on YouTube that like, like food is like everything orgasmic and it's like everything, you know? I used to be like that and wanted to travel the world and eat from the most amazing chefs and, and food was like everything to me. And now it's like, okay, you know, that wasn't so great. All right, that was okay. It's like nothing's like over the top anymore, you know? But anyway, I love you all, man. I'm gonna go because I know Luna, you got stuff to say and um
Well,
sorry for
actually, I think we should both go because I feel like we're just gonna do that thing tomorrow,
oh
is what I'm being told, because I'm feeling like it's time for me to get out and go to a cafe and work on things that came through this morning. So it's something that's completed before I go to singing live. Um,
yeah, well, you
yeah,
know what you
wholeness
could
and
always
balance
do? I've done
vibrations.
this before. You know what you could do?
What could
If
I
you
do?
want.
Hmm.
Like sometimes I'll be doing work and doing stuff and I just go live and just chat while I'm doing the stuff. You could do that too if you wanted to.
No, because I gotta play my voice recording on here, and then I need to
Oh,
type it out. So I'm needing both devices, and I really like to just be focused and just
oh,
dive in and
yeah, yeah, yeah. All
not
right, that's
prolong the
fine.
process.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I got you. Well, we'll be back tomorrow, guys. I love you
Yeah.
all, man. And listen, follow us on TikTok and Instagram, man, because I told you I go live on TikTok, and Luna's going to be going on live on TikTok, and we're going to be going live together on TikTok. And so, if you want more of us, we do go live on TikTok. So definitely join Tik or follow us on TikTok. It's at Daren and Luna as well, and Instagram too is at Daren and Luna. So follow us. I love you all, man. Thank you, Luna. This was so much fun as always.
Yeah. Thank you. And thank you all for hanging out with us. Thank you for all the likes. If anyone subscribed, we really appreciate you joining our journey and allowing us to witness you on yours as well. And yeah, until tomorrow. And then after that, next time. We love you. Have a
Love you.
beautiful day. Bye.